Today on the dirt bike track, we caught a case of senioritis. My name's James.
I'm Nicole.
And this is Mostly Speaking Spider-Man. Like I said, we got a case of senioritis because me and the Iron Cross Army Killer, or just the Iron Cross Killer, it's the Bricks, the Nickel Jakis. How are you?
Bad.
Because we got a case of senioritis. This is
I don't
our
think
second.
you know what senioritis
yeah,
is.
it's the second to last episode, so I'm like, I don't need to write an episode. I'm ready for summer break.
Though.
Yeah, but senioritis is still an illness, okay? Amongst all these goddamn kids out there, they should still be hanging not loose. They should be hanging tight to high school because it's the greatest years of your life. Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
I peaked in high school. Yeah, peeked at the future and said, yeah, that's pretty cool. So I kept going. I didn't off myself.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I did this. I wouldn't kill myself with a gun. I'd do it with, not razors, a knife. I'd figure out, I'd seppuku.
I feel like in my head, I'm like, yeah, but in reality, no, I wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah, I tried. Oh boy, but I couldn't get it there because I'm a weak little bitch, okay? Oh, you're so strong.
So you didn't try. You
It was there. It was at the wrist.
Yeah.
It was at the wrist.
Yeah,
I did not attempt.
Yeah.
It was like...
You attempting.
It's how I usually go to haunted houses where I get up into the line and we're right there. I'm like, no, I can't do this. I can't do it. Then I leave.
Yeah.
So, just like my mind and my body's a haunted house, so is my attitude towards offing myself.
Yeah.
Oh boy, wish I were stronger, more committed. That's why Mostly Speaking Sentai didn't do well, okay?
You're stronger for not doing it.
No, that's
you know what I mean?
That's capitalism telling you that. They want you to just be alive so you can keep working as a cog in the machine until the day you die. If you die sooner, your sweat equity wasn't as high as they thought the yield would be.
Yeah, I was thinking about...
That's how we protest. Kill ourselves.
This really depressing fact that I learned that I will not reiterate because I wish I could unlearn it.
All right.
But then comparing it to people, and I'm like, oh, that's why there's so many people that are depressed. It's because they're in the wrong... We're in the wrong environment. We're not supposed to be living like this.
Okay. The fact that you learned was you eat 5 spiders throughout your life while you sleep?
Yeah.
And that just fucked your brain up.
It definitely was that.
Yeah. Well, we have senioritis, Nicole.
Okay.
Mostly Speaking Sentai, it's been fun. And I think some people have been asking me, is it sad that you're ending it? And it's like, no, we're going right into Magical Meatball Girls.
Yeah.
And that shit rocks, okay? And then in 6 years, we'll be like, all right, what do we do next? No.
Not 6.
Oh, what if it's a rousing success?
If it's successful, yeah.
All right. So, guys, please tell everyone. I'm just going to start posting on Reddit. Maybe I make a burner account, Marshland Media, so I can just post whatever the fuck I want on Reddit, saying, hey, guys, listen to my podcast. Just be kind of a pestering bitch.
You're going to be one of those people.
Yeah, instead of I'll just post once a month so the Super Sentai subreddit doesn't hate us, even though, I think people just weren't even... They were just scrolling past our posts.
So, is this when I can do a life update?
Yeah, give an update.
I got steroid injections 4 days ago.
Oh, yeah.
And it was really hard.
Uh-huh.
Because, first, which honestly is negligible at this point, gave me insomnia.
That's
for
not...
2 days.
That's not negligible. That's on their behalf. They did not warn you that these could give you insomnia. So when you didn't fall asleep until 7 a.m. the next day, that's stupid. And it fucked up the rest of your days until just now.
Yeah. And gave me the worst depression I've had in like 5 years.
Aw, yeah. But it felt nostalgic, you know?
No. And anxiety, like the anxiety just full force, just full blown. Like it's so bad. Like now that the depression is sort of more or less subsiding, the anxiety is just like fucking me up so hard.
Oh, you got me so fudged up.
And I don't know, like we only learned this from Google. So I don't know, like if it's just me or if it's like if those do that to you.
Well, everyone at the store that I was talking to, even specifically Stuart was like, yeah, you didn't know that's could happen when taking these injections?
No.
Yeah. He must know from past experience. It's not like, or what, did he go to doctor school? I wouldn't be surprised if...
I don't really know anything about Stuart, honestly.
Besides, he loves media.
And cats.
And also, he hates media.
And he used to work at Staples.
Okay, yeah.
And GameStop.
Yep, and he works at a garage, at a comic book store, at a bar. Anxiety.
And like, I feel like most people get like 1, and I got 4.
Yeah, but that's because it was messing with your SSRIs.
Well, that's what I'm saying is like, it's compounded times 4. So that was really fucking hard. I was not anticipating that at all. And then as far as pain relief, it's only been 4 days. They say it takes like 5 to 7 days to even start working. And like I've been sort of testing the limits.
Yeah.
And it's still pretty fucking limited.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the things. Those are the things. I'm sad.
At least you didn't get the SUDS, because I hear some people get that when they take these steroid injections.
Yeah.
That would suck. Or the opposite, dry sponge, when you're going...
I think I'd rather have dry sponge.
Oh, dry? You would want to be dry. You would want to be in Vegas. Like that type of, like, you have rash everywhere, you're chafing.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah, that sucked. But I guess, like, even if you put lotion on, it's not really doing anything besides, like, you just have to let it pass.
Well, and like part of the worst thing about it was like I've never done this before. So I don't know. I think what made it so bad is like I was like, I don't know how long this bout of like depression and anxiety is going to last.
Yeah.
Like, because in the past 5 years, usually like I'll get depressed and I'm like, oh, okay, this will only last like a day or two. I just have to fucking deal with it. But it's like doing this, I'm like, this could last forever. I don't know.
It's not gonna last forever.
And that's what depression and anxiety does to you. It tells you that it's gonna be forever. So then when you're like, wait, fuck, it could be forever.
Yeah.
It makes it so much worse.
But you get that nostalgia of your, early 20s.
Yeah. So just watching Catfish.
CF.
And fantasizing about Neve just like coming into my life and telling me like, hey, everything's going to be okay. This is what you need to do.
Okay.
To get your life back on track. But I don't have that. I have to just flail and figure it out.
I thought you like, oh, Neve calls you up and they say, hey, it says that you're in a relationship with this James McCollum. We just got to make sure he's been telling people that, he's Katy Perry.
Oh, I thought you were going to say like, he's been telling people he's got that dog in him.
Oh, yeah, I do got that. I go, arf, arf, arf. And every dog has an autistic person in them. Guys, I have 2 things to talk about.
Yeah.
First and foremost, yesterday at work, Chicago Comics, 3244 North Clark, Chicago, Illinois. A guy who had come in before.
Not a sponsor.
And I mean, technically they're sponsoring this in the way that I am able to continue doing this because they pay me money to pay my bills.
Where's my cut?
Oh, it's not your cut eventually. Like they gotta... I got to get like 3 more days a week.
Yeah.
Or if I was getting 3 more days a week, I'd be like,
Yeah.
what do I do with all this cash?
Yeah.
3 more days a month, I'd be sitting pretty, and I could throw you $100 so you could do ads on Google more. A guy comes in, he had come in before, and the only way that I could describe him, I think it's an apt thing, or I guess like Jersey Shore dad who plays tennis. Think about those, all of that combined, and you got this guy. Maybe 55 years old, somewhere along the lines of that. And he had come in before and came in again.
He had like literally sunglasses, white shirt with like a sweater tied around his neck.
Oh, no,
like,
it was a baby blue shirt. Like very light blue with a white.
Okay, it's reversed.
Yes.
Sweater or something.
Sweater that a tennis player would be wearing.
Like so,
but he also had a Bluetooth in and a diamond. So
God
in one earring,
it.
in one ear, a Bluetooth, and then the other ear, a diamond stud.
God,
so like
such a stereotype.
And he smelled like what you're thinking what this guy's cologne would smell like, that's what it smelled like. So he talks to me asking about specifically Fire and Ice of like, hey, do you guys got anything by the guy? He also did like Conan the Barbarian stuff. I was like, yeah, we have this guy. Here's that guy. But this time he was like, there was another guy that did Conan too. It was like Boris something. I don't remember. That's not pertinent to the story. But as he's talking, he has a magazine in his hand, just like a free type magazine. He probably got it from the entranceway of the comic book store because we have those free things. And as he's talking to me, I'm like, I'm looking at our stuff, but I have peripheral vision. Like, I don't need to be looking at someone. He had this book, and I see him stash it in between the magazines. And I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt of thinking, okay, you want to know what? He meant to just put it, or he doesn't want, maybe he has, like me, very sweaty palms. He doesn't want that getting all sweaty palmed as he's walking around the store to purchase it. But I'm laser focused on him, so much so, as I go back up to the counter, I snag a photo of him. So, mate, you want to know what? He's wearing sunglasses. I can technically post that in our Discord. So he comes up and I tell him that we don't have anything by that Boris dude. And he's like, okay, he makes one horseshoe around the store. And I tell Stuart, hey, if I'm not around and this guy starts leaving, ask him about like the book that's in his magazine. I'm at the register closest to the door. He starts to walk out and I go, hey man, so where are you going to put back that book that you have in your magazine? And he goes, what? And I go, the book that's in your magazine right now, the Frank Frazetta one. And he goes, oh, he pulls it out and does like kind of like flips it around and he goes, this one's for you, man. And I was like, yeah. And he mentioned of like, yeah, I'll be back in the store, this and that. And I wish I had told him like, no, don't. I took a photo of you. I told the owner not to let you in. And I probably should have also said, and just so you know, our owner talks to all of the comic book store and collectible store people as well. They have a group together. Your photo will be posted in there. Don't try to go into any of them because they will deny you, you little fuck.
Yeah.
Man. And then I posted it in our group chat for Chicago Comics, and Lance just immediately comes back with such a funny caricature of this man that really isn't a caricature because it just is this man.
Yeah.
It's really good. So let me know your guys' shoplifter stories.
The audacity.
And it's a small business. Come on, dude.
Honestly, homophobic.
Who?
The shoplifter.
Oh, okay.
It's Pride Month, guys.
Yeah. So you bet it's a queer-run store. So
yeah, it's homophobic. That's what I'm saying, dude.
And this is my next thing. This is posited to everyone out there right now. Listeners, let me know. If you had a spouse, would you rather or rather not have them be able to look at you and be like, oh, I know exactly what they need right now, and I will be able to help them do that? Because I said something to Nicole. I was like, hey, do you need to blank? And Nicole goes,
You
yeah.
can just tell the story. I think the listeners will fucking love it.
So Nicole is doing dishes, and I look at Nicole and I go, hey, do you need to pee right now? And Nicole goes, yeah. I go, yeah, go pee. I'll do the dishes while you do that. And then Nicole just goes, I hate how you know me so much.
It's disgusting.
It is not. When you look at me, are you just like, yeah, he probably wants to like read a comic book, watch Yogi Bear, or like jack off?
It's usually just the third one.
Okay. I mean, sometimes I think as an adult, I'm growing into that or it's because I'm getting stoned at night. I just fall asleep before I can jack off. Mm-hmm. But there are times when I'm like, I can read a book. I don't need to do that.
Sure.
It just kind of feels a lot of stuff is just getting exhausting now. Like showering twice a day when I work, it's just like I have to do this fucking thing again.
Yeah.
It's exhausting.
It is.
I do it because, I also have that need to be like, my body can't be dirty at all because of my neuroses.
Yeah.
Can't I just live contently?
No.
No, I can't.
That's a human condition.
Oh my God. And that's why I'm a weak little bitch who couldn't off himself.
Okay.
I'm not strong.
Yeah, well, I was waiting for you to come back so that we could start recording. I was like, I was like doing math in my head, and I was like, if I live to be 70 years old, that means I have to do this for 40 more years?
Yeah.
This fucking sucks.
And hey, with advances in technology and medicine, you might make it to 87.
I mean,
you're not even midway through.
With this current our society, absolutely not. Uh-huh. We are regressing actively.
Yeah. But it sucks.
Yeah.
Oh, the LA people are rioting. Oh, well, when did violence start happening? It's been happening. No, when did it start happening? Because there seems to be one stressor right now that we could really hamper down on. And everyone said, hey, if you bring those people in, the protesters aren't being, in quotes, violent.
They're defending
the police
themselves.
Are being violent.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I mean, that's even what, people are like, yeah, the first Pride was a riot, but it was
they were defending,
against the police.
Yeah.
It's because of fucking cops.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's really important to also include when you're like, hey guys, remember the first Pride was a riot? But I feel like you also need to put in there fuck cops.
Yeah.
That's also important to mention. Yeah, it's pretty fucking awesome though, seeing all these people protesting and shit. Fucking sick.
And it's just crazy that these motherfuckers are yeah, the president told me to do this, so I'm going to go do this. I'm just following orders. What? Storm Trooper ass fucker are you?
Yeah.
Insane. And people are like, oh yeah, it's always brought back to oh, how could the Nazis have done all of this stuff? Why didn't anyone stand up against it? Oh, it could never happen here. But it's not to the extent, I have to say, but that is only because we have a lot of checks and balances, but there's always a chance that those checks and balances could be lost because the Republicans right now are so afraid to lose votes, even though it's your constituents are currently telling you, we do not like what Trump is doing. Mm-hmm. Even the people who voted for Trump are we do not like what he is doing. And I hope they remember that. I hope they're not well, it was Elon. It was Elon doing all of that stuff. But then you have to think, who appointed Elon?
Well, no, because people love Elon Musk.
No, but now people don't like Elon Musk now because of that. I mean, the tech bros and all those bullshit fuckers do, but hometown America has flipped on him.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
I also, really quick, because I think about this a lot, I think about how people are like, oh, it's because one of the things is because Hitler was so charming and so good at giving speeches, and he was just so smart. And it's our presidency cabinet, the whole fucking thing, this whole administration are absolute fucking morons.
Okay, you want to know what? That's why America will never become Nazi Germany. DT just is an absolute moron. He is an idiot. He never knows what he's talking about.
Well, my point with that is like, one, either Hitler was actually really fucking dumb and they're just saying that.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like propaganda shows where it's like, they're just so smart, we can't figure it out. Or is it going to be like in the future, in history books, are children going to be taught that Donald Trump was smart?
Yeah. Well, hopefully he doesn't win. No, but even Hitler lost. And we're still saying he's, smart or charismatic, whatever. And I just think...
Well, it's like, because people are like, how did so many people support him and stuff?
Also, it's not because of charisma. It's because of hate.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. That's also what DT's doing. We need to move on. A lot of this is probably getting cut.
Yeah, that's fair. I just needed to talk about it.
Yeah. And this is all hearsay. We're recording this in May, so we don't know what's happening,
Yeah, it's all allegedly.
Yeah, we're guessing whatever we're saying. This is in May. Okay, today we are discussing episode 40 of Spider-Man Toei style, entitled Farewell, Mystery of the Zero Fighter. And this is the penultimate episode. This is the one before it ends. And for them to do this one, it's not even a two-parter.
It's bad. It's really bad.
So all the people who say the CGI fights in all these new Marvel movies, it could never hold a candle to that of practical, real stuntmen fighting. Those people clearly have not watched episode 40 of Toei Spider-Man. It's just bad. And I think it's because most of it's just him running around, doing little fights. This is just like Beyblade. This show could probably have been watched at 1.2 speed and would have been better. Especially these later ones. They had senioritis.
Yes.
Oh, man, now I want to cut all of the, most of the talk we just had. So it's like,
absolutely.
You want to know what?
You do whatever you want. I don't care.
They had a pretty good time.
Yeah.
It was a fun episode.
Do it. People need fun.
Yeah.
In this time.
Right now, we're at 28 minutes in the recording. So based on that, listeners, figure out how much we cut from the final edit.
Oh, boy.
So real quick rundown. The Iron Cross Army finds out about this Zero Fighter plane, the engine specifically, created by a dude who died, and he split up the blueprints between his 3 apprentices. And they're like, we got to find the blueprints because it's 100 times more powerful than that of a normal jet engine. And I would like to figure out a current Boeing 33 set, whatever you call an airplane these days. How much more powerful is that jet engine to what was available for fighter jets within, the 1930s, 1940s? Because I just think they could have said, hey, it's 7 times more powerful than a jet right now. And you'd be like, wow, can it go 7 times faster? Is it 7 times more agile? Is it just 7 times everything? You would be like, wow, that's really good.
It's more powerful, James.
Yeah. So that would be if you got a PlayStation 5 and then the PlayStation 6 was 7 times more powerful, you'd be like, yeah, that's leaps and bounds better.
Yeah. The Unreal Engine is 7 times more powerful.
You'd be like, holy shit, because that's more
insane.
than doubling.
Yeah.
That is leaps and bounds, guys. You don't need to say 100. That's 100 times is unfathomable.
They found alien technology.
Yes. Yeah, that's what it is. He's was hanging out with Paul, eating Reese's Pieces and shit. And they're like, all right, yeah, here's some plans that you can throw out there.
Yeah.
Make sure you cut it in 3s, like I like my sandwiches, and then you're good. But there has to be major components in each thing that is truly alien technology for them not to be able to go, well, we can fill in the blanks.
I mean, I do love the subtle, if, there's something that's super powerful, it could be used for good, but it also could be used for massive evil. What do? Do you burn it? Or do you keep it?
Yeah, kind of like the oxygen destroyer
Yeah.
in Godzilla.
I mean, I was thinking of like Silicon Valley, that show at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like radiation technology could be used for good. Things like cancer treatment, etc. I don't know what else radiation's good for. Oh, I guess technically power and energy.
Slowly poisoning someone.
And then you could use it for evil, i.e. slowly poisoning someone.
Yeah.
Unless they're a bad person, then it's used for good. And let me say, an evil person, not a bad person. And then bombs, you know?
Yeah.
Like sliced bread. What's the downfall of sliced bread?
Gluten.
Okay. A lot of bakers are like, yeah, we don't need you anymore. To the slicers, hey, you sliced a mean bread for our customers. They don't need that anymore. I guess even just mass production, yeah, it's good for the consumer. It's actually, is it? Now that I'm thinking of it, would it have been better for us to just, hey, this donut shop, they make all their stuff in-house every single day. That's all we need. That's employing more people than just a factory.
Yeah.
Because every town has multiple donut shops.
Yeah.
And that's that good hometown feel. Factories are not hometown feel anymore, guys. Let's get factory out of here.
Get big factory out of here.
I don't want it made in America unless it's made in a tiny shop in your local community. But factories that are pumping
grandfather.
out. Yes. Jeans, okay. Levi, I need you in your little outlet mall. In the back, people are making the jeans to order.
You have a kiosk.
Yeah. Well, no, you could still have like a shop. But in the shop, they need to also be producing that stuff. Just like Burger King, you cut in the meats there. If you really want Burger King, you're grinding it up. It's fresh. It's flavorful. It's free. Yeah, guys, because in this reality, people don't give it. It's all community. It's the barter system.
Yeah.
I'll be like, hey, yeah, you're short, you know, on money. You don't have anything to trade. Pfft, let me see those pearly whites. And then they're like, do you mean my face or my vagina dentata? And I'm like, if you have to ask, you don't know.
Yeah.
She says, okay, here's both of them. And I'm like, whoa, now you're getting a double cheeseburger. Aye.
Wow.
She says, good thing I have 2 mouths to eat because one mouth couldn't take that much meat. I go, whoa, is this euphemism or are you literally shoving cheeseburger down there?
I blacked out.
That's what'll happen if you shove cheeseburger up there. That's toxoplasm, or not toxic shock +1. All right, my first note.
Yeah.
We see an airplane flying in the sky. I can go twice as high. Take a look at a television screen because Professor Monster is looking at what is a remote control airplane, and he says, what a beautiful machine. And I'm like, all right, that's the type of tiz he's got. He's really, really into remote controlled RC stuff.
Duh.
RC people, are you cool with them, or are you like, they're a little too aggressive?
I don't fucking know.
Because RC car people, especially ones that are like, I like a gas-powered one, and it's like, no, that's way too fast, it's dangerous.
That's just your family member.
Which family member?
Pat.
Does he like a gas? He has a gas. Oh, yeah, he did get a RC car.
I thought that's what you were referencing.
No, yeah. I forget who's an RC fanatic, but I don't think if he had like 5 or more RC cars, that's when you start becoming a fanatic. I think one, you're like, all right, I can mess with.
I don't know. I think it's just good to have a hobby.
Yeah.
I think it's good to have a hobby.
But I think you can take it too far.
Sure.
All of a sudden, you're like, I made my RC engine 100 times more powerful than that of a jet engine.
It's just a real car.
Yeah. But it's remote controlled, so you can say it's RC.
Yes.
So this kid, his name's Masaki. Hitomi is taking photos of him because he won some championship for an RC plane, and his grandpa's coming up saying, oh, yeah, you were a little too far onto the right on the land and this and that. Meh, meh, meh. And Hitomi's like, oh, yeah, your grandpa's kind of a pill. But he's like, no, like...
Seriously, I was like, this grandpa rules.
Yeah, also, like, I have watched a video about that by Nick Crowley about the darkest YouTube channels in the YouTube.
Yeah.
And there was one about an RC enthusiast who was very good at planes and shit, could like make them do these cool tricks.
Yeah.
And he tried doing a trick that was dangerous, and it cut his neck off. Like he was fully decapitated. And and there's technically video of it out there because they were filming this. I'm hoping they deleted it. And that it's not on like some SD card that ends up at a Goodwill and someone clicks on it and they're like, oh, cool airplane tricks. No, snuff film.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so this grandpa was just trying to be like, hey, you're a little far on the right. You could have clipped this Hitomi lady's lens cap off.
Yeah.
But you bank it a little to the left. All that's getting taken off is that top of hers.
Wow.
Or if she was in a dress, fly by it and her dress flies up and she goes, oh.
So probably definitely not related to my anxiety and depression. Should I just like give up on my dreams and like go back to school?
Like what school?
I have no idea.
And what type of business do you want to go into? You don't know?
I have no idea.
I mean, I think what we both need to we need to start going into further community. Meaning, like, you got to go into, I guess, tabling at places. But tabling at places, unless it's really slow, which is bad, you're not connecting with other people.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing we need to start doing is reaching out to fellow creatives, which, you know, like, mostly speaking, Sentai was that. Like, when we were really hitting, we had this big wide net group, but like it's not that we gave up on looking for guests. It's just like Spider-Man just beat it out of us, and we're glad others like when people. Spider-Man is one of those things that it's like, wow, you watch 1 to 3 episodes, you're like, this
You've
is
seen
amazing.
The entire thing, and you don't need it.
Yeah, and then once you watch every single one, you're like, wow, this is just the same thing over and over again.
Yeah,
and it's just bad.
Not in a good way.
Yeah. It's not like other Sentai shows where it's like, yeah, this is kind of just the same thing over and over again, but at least they're slotting out for cool shit and new shit while it's still the same episode structure.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas this is just, I think like it's gotten more boring.
Yeah, like where are the episodes where they're like, oh, me and my sister and my brother, we're gonna have a fun day at the beach, and then like something goes wrong, or whatever. Like, where are those?
Where are the episodes where the monster is introduced within the first 2 minutes and we follow the monster throughout? They are the focal point. Whereas this, we didn't see the monster until I think after the Spider-Man, that like mid-credit thing, and then he's introduced and walking around.
I don't know.
Like Spider-Man, that should be the driving force is he needs to take down this monster. He can't, but it just moved into the Iron Cross Army is doing something extravagant and he needs to take down them. And just so happens, one of the things in their plan further along is a BEM.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. Spider-Man,
Senioritis.
Watch a little bit of it and then just
watch the episode where they wear bugs as necklaces.
Yep, do that one. There was a werewolf one, maybe.
I think you're thinking of the cat one.
Or, oh yeah, the cat one, the dead cat one, which was the first episode we ever watched.
Yeah.
The grandpa's name is Obara. I just wrote that down. And then, like, Takuya must not be watching the show as well because we're getting this pretty good story. It's like, oh, there's going to be dialogue and stuff. Awesome. The kid, Masaki, is like, oh, grandpa, where are you running off to? And then the grandpa jet sets out of there and Hitomi runs out and says, Takuya, we got a story going on. And he gets up and he says, finally, some action. And it's like, that's all this show is sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
We find out that Amazonis, dressed up as one of the 3 apprentices that has blueprints, she is imitating his secretary and saying that he had a brain hemorrhage. And if you break that word down, hemorrhage, brain hemorrhage.
Okay.
Meaning hemorrhage. Like he raged even more than he was supposed to, and that's why he hemorrhaged maybe. Or is that more of an aneurysm?
I mean, it just makes me think of Mohawk Johnson.
Okay. He rage.
He rage, yeah.
Hemo rage.
Hemo rage.
Hematoma rage. That's when it's kind of spoilers for the substance. That's hemorrhage, just spraying blood in a rage everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, hemorrhage.
But it's inside
hemoglobin.
you.
Oh, yeah. Sucks to suck, guys. I was talking to Stuart, and we were talking about like eating stuff, and I was like, meat specifically, and I was like, yeah, but like then there's gonna be like blood in the meat, this and that, and he's like, well, not if you drain the blood. I was like, yeah, but there's still blood in the meat, and he's like, no, there's not. And I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, James, hemorrhaging? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, that's a bad thing, right? And I was like, yeah. He's like, that's because blood starts kind of going in the meat where the blood is just in the veins, and that's there to distribute the nutrients to your body. So like your skin just doesn't always have blood in it. I was like, okay, yeah, but then if there's not a vein here, like when I slice my skin, it's still gonna bleed. Maybe Stuart didn't go to hospital school.
Don't ask me, I'm a fucking idiot.
Okay.
I'm a certified dingus.
And I like you that way.
Yes.
'Cause so is I. We got another he's dead moment.
Yeah.
Because the grandpa goes up to his, aviation friend and then says, hey, are you okay? And he just like falls down from his chair, real classic horror movie style.
Yeah, funny.
And then Amazonas is like, hey, show me where the blueprints are to the grandfather. And he's like, no, I'll never do that. And she's like, okay, bring him the phone. And then Masaki's like, Grandpa, help. I wonder this, Nicole. If you had these blueprints, you knew where they were, and a family member of yours was kidnapped, and they're like, we're going to kill them if you don't give us these blueprints, would you give those blueprints, knowing full well that using this, they could end up killing like thousands to hundreds of thousands of people?
Fuck, dude. I probably would.
Okay. But let's say this. In this scenario, Spider-Man does exist. Would you just kind of stall?
Sure.
I would. I'd stall and I'd put on that Spider-Man disco song.
Oh.
So then he'd be like, oh, my ears are perked up. Someone's listening to my hot track.
Yeah.
And then he'd run over and be like, oh, wait, no, this was a warning call to me. Or I guess I'd always have spiders on hand. If there's Spider-Man, have spiders on hand to be like, hey, tell him. I just hold up this bag of spiders and say, you got to tell him. Just scream real loud. And I can just feel the bag moving on the inside. I go,
I'm gonna
no.
throw up.
My skin is crawling, just like you guys in that bag. But then you're good.
Yeah.
You could eat a spider.
You could.
Yeah, and then blow into the air that smell.
I'm gonna throw up.
And then Spider-Man's like, oh, I need to get on my loincloth or they'll see my rousings.
Wow.
The grandfather is like, yeah, I'll show you where the blueprints are if you actually uphold your end of the bargain and let my grandson go. And Amazona says, oh, don't worry. The Iron Cross Army keeps their promises. And I'm like, no, they don't. They've been promising this entire series that they will kill Spider-Man, and nuh-uh. That promise has never been brought to fruition. So I don't think they would have kept that guy.
Yeah.
Let me say that over again. I don't think they would have kept that guy alive. I don't think they would have kept that guy. That's actually what we want. No. Kept him alive.
So what I never understood, because I was dissociating from the anxiety, what did they need the engine for?
To plug it into that guy so he
But
flies.
why?
So then he's 100 times more powerful.
For what, though?
To take out Spider-Man, probably. And to rain bombs on people. The things a big jet thing would do. It's like, hey, we have this new brain chip we can put into you and it makes your brain 100 times better. You would want that technology, right? Then all of a sudden, Crow game, you're finished. You beat Death's Door. That's what it's called, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Crow game.
I'm a Crow gamer.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? You convinced me.
So if we have an engine, we have a BEM jet bomber, we could plug that. But what if it's a huge engine? No one knows the size of it.
They don't care.
All right.
I liked how, so it was like a manta ray or something. from the back, very cute.
Yeah.
How it's like flapping its sides
Uh-huh.
while it slowly runs.
Yeah,
but
and when
from the front, it's terrifying.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like a jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah, and it looks like its boobs are its chin.
Yeah.
It's real gross. But I loved how when it was like walking around and flapping its wings, you just heard like an engine idling
Yeah, that
noise.
was also funny.
But I wish when it was fighting, it like cranks it up and it's like,
Yeah, it's like go all the way with a bit.
let's go all the way.
But they have senioritis, so we get it.
The guy who made the engine was Nango, I think was his name. The engine creator, 100 times more powerful. And that's when I said, just make it 7. It's more believable. Turtlenecks are not flattering at a tummy angle because this guy, he got shot by an arrow from one of the Amazon mummies from a few episodes ago. And I guess they're not doing poison-tipped darts anymore. They must have been like, well, they keep
Why do you
curing
say
this poison.
that?
Because it's just him being like, oh, my butt
He
got
goes
poked.
into the ambulance.
Yeah, because his butt got poked.
No, because he got poisoned.
I don't think he got poisoned because then
And
also
he died.
No, he didn't.
In
he
the
woke
ambulance.
He woke up. No, he didn't, Nicole. When people get poisoned, they're like, "Gah!" And it seems like they're going into cardiac arrest.
Yeah.
Like previously, like even Spider-Man had that situation happen to him. But this guy's just like, oh, my butt got poked real hard. And it's more of like a loss of blood or going into shock, not being poisoned.
Senioritis, James.
Oh, my God. Yeah, from you.
Yeah.
This is what you did in senior class. You'd get like a 70% on something and you just gaslit the teacher into being like, all right, yeah, I guess it's an 85.
I still have dreams where I just skip classes.
I just have dreams where I'm back in high school because I missed some credits and I have to retake high school.
Damn.
And I hate it because it's why. I guess I can't. I was going to be like, I guess maybe I should like go into some high schools here in Chicago. So then like that memory's implanted in me. Maybe I Billy Madison the bitch. And when I have these nightmares, I'm at least in Chicago still, but it's just always stranded in Muskegon for a few months.
How did I never get caught for doing that?
For skipping?
Yeah.
Oh, like going to Meyer, is that the thing?
No, because my dad's house
Oh,
was so close. I would just go home.
Wait, you would actually skip?
Yeah.
I never knew this.
It was only like twice.
Oh.
It was a couple of times. And it wasn't for fun either. It was because I was like having a fucking mental breakdown.
Dude, same. That's the only time I skipped.
Yeah.
There was a playground near the middle school and I had ridden my bike to school that day. So I just hopped on my bike and went there for like maybe an hour or two. And then I came back, was listening to Axe Murder Boys Blood In, Blood Out. And then I came back and they're like, you're suspended now. And it's so weird. It's like you skip school and we have to just in school suspension, totally fine. Or you like have a school counselor that's like, hey, when your brain isn't being good, go to them.
Yeah.
You just think the counselor is there to help you get into college?
I had no idea what. One, I didn't know I think I did know there was one, but I didn't know what it was for.
In high school, there were 3 or 4 of them. Like each, like A through D had this person, E through whatever, etc. And I just thought they were like there to advise you on getting into college. I didn't know I could have been like, hey, my friend's died. You're equipped for that? It says counselor. You good? Hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like the school should have been like, hey, were you friends with these kids that died?
I think they did, but again, like it wasn't hammered down that these counselors were technically brain medicine professionals that were equipped to help children through hard times. I just thought they were there to be like, yeah, it sucks, but hey, we can still get you into college, unlike those freaks who died.
Yeah.
They're not going into anything but the grave.
Going to college in heaven.
Dang, hell yeah. One of my friends, he'd have 40 virgins up there because he was Muslim.
Yeah, dude.
And then when they started talking Christian shit at his funeral, we were like, this doesn't make sense.
Ew, what the fuck?
This is why you don't have a three-way funeral for people because maybe not all of them align in the same teachings.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's one thing I don't think I ever mentioned. The 3 friends of mine that died in a car accident, they had a 3-way funeral for them.
Yeah.
Looking back at it, it's like, no, just have 3 funerals.
I disagree.
No.
Like, I do and I don't. Like, I get both sides.
I would say this.
Because I'm like, I feel like it would prolong, or just have all 3 of them, but on the same day, but it's separate.
Yeah. I can see Sean and Terry, because they were best friends, make those. Like, Terry was also out of high school at the time. Like, he wasn't there. But Sean was kind of also out of high school as well, but on his own accord. Speaking of skipping school. But Aaron was, like, he was friends with us, but it's like, him being grouped into that was weird. And I think other people also thought it was weird. Not because it's like, oh, Aaron's weird. It's just these 2 were neighbors. They boozed together. They drugged together. And they probably fucked in the same rooms together because that's kind of what everyone was into at the time. Running train, baby.
Sure.
I never ran train, all right? And I don't think Sean did either, but it's a possibility they were around it.
I mean, that's fine if everyone's consenting.
Yeah. You guys gotta run train, all right? Nicole, run train on me.
I think you need multiple people for that.
No, you have multiple wigs, right? You just hop in with as a new character, you know? And you're like, all right, guys, now I'm this man. I'm one of them eels now.
Oh, my God.
I'm like, oh, dang. You have a mask on, of course. You have a red-headed wig. And you're like, yeah, I'm going to get you. I'm one of them ideas. I'll get you with my spear.
But also, like, funerals are fucking expensive. So
Yeah.
if you can group on your funeral.
Okay, all right, fine.
Why not?
That's why when I die, just make a Facebook post, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, just do that. Put it on MySpace so people really have to look for it.
Okay.
And when they do find it, there's a bunch of ads and pop-ups. It's really hard to figure it out.
What if I just print out a bunch of flyers?
Oh, yeah, that too.
And just, staple them like it's a lost cat.
Oh, yeah. It's a lost soul.
Yeah.
Because you better believe I'm in the river Styx trying to make my way back to Nicole.
Yeah.
Just like, dude, I went to hell. It's actually what I thought it would be. You gotta join me. You're like,
it's
fuck.
fucking rad.
You're like, shit.
Shit, I got 30 more years.
I go, whoa, hold on. You're thinking a little too optimistic there. Or maybe pessimistic.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, hey, dude, look at this cool cape the devil gave me. You know the TV show The Cape?
Yeah.
I like how Abed on Community was trying to take, chicken fingers from people with a cape. This one can do that.
Yeah.
Just like Spawn's cape.
Just like Spawn.
Spider-Man needs a spider skateboard, so then he can spider skitch. While he's trailing someone, he spider strings the back of a car, and he's just like me going along with him.
100,000%.
Yeah. It's crazy how they didn't think to do that because they love putting this stunt actor in the most dangerous situations.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, don't worry, we'll harness you on that. And he's like, wait, that's actually bad. If I fall, I don't want to be tracked by this car. And they're like, all right, action. And he's like, no.
It's fine. It's remote control.
We can stop it so quickly. The engine we have in there, that's not super powerful, but the brakes are 100 times better than all other brakes. It'll stop instantly. And he's like, but then I won't stop.
We duct taped a mattress to the back of it.
Yeah, that's probably what they do.
So you're good.
Yeah. And it's a firm mattress, too, so it's not like you're going to roll underneath the car.
Yeah.
You'll be hit. Well, we also have the box spring and then the mattress.
Yeah.
So if anything, you'll bounce off, have a good time.
I see no flaws.
Yeah. I mean, monkeys jumping on the bed, one falls off, bonked his head. That's all that's going to happen. You get to go to the doctor. The doctor said no more Spider-Man jumping on the bed.
Mm-hmm.
And then that kid who got spider blood was like, oh, man, I wanted to jump on that because he is a spider boy now.
Did you know that was I don't need to put that in. It's
Yeah.
a downer. I don't need to put that.
Also, yeah, of course I knew it was a racist thing.
Yeah.
Everything was, Nicole.
Yeah, everything is racist. Yeah. Guys, look it up. It's fucked up. Maybe don't look it up. I don't know. Do whatever you want. Do whatever you want.
You want to know the one thing that was not racist? Let's do 3, 2, 1. Maybe we'll get it. We've talked about it on the show already.
Okay.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Running train.
Spiders.
All right.
Wait, are spiders racist?
No.
Oh, okay.
I mean, they hate flies. I guess that's speciesist.
Yeah.
Yeah. They might also really like flies. They're humping them real hard with their stinger on their butt. Yeah. Because I'm thinking about a bee spider hybrid, my worst nightmare. Ugh. Just a spider flying around, stabbing me with its ass.
I hate it.
I'd become Conan the Barbarian. I'd be like, I have to have a big sword so I can slice these fuckers out of the sky.
They're so tiny.
Yeah. Oh no, they're beefy.
Oh, okay.
They're like a bee.
Yeah.
Think about a bee drill, but shrunk down a little.
I don't know what a bee drill.
A bee Pokemon.
I know, but I don't know the scale.
Oh, okay. Like Ash's size. That's about a bee drill size, a
So
little
a
bit
person.
smaller. Like a 10-year-old boy, but maybe a 5-year-old boy.
I hate it.
Yeah. But then shrunk down to maybe a half of an infant sized. You're slicing them out of the sky, Conan style. Guys, I'm billboarding this for the patreon.com/MLM pod. I was looking through some Savage Sword of Conan at the comic book store, and I found a GURPS Steve Jackson's Games supplement. It is a solo adventure. It's only one person. I'm going to get super stoned, and I am going to act my ass off while running this. I'm going to be Conan. I'm going to be playing all the characters. It's going to be a fun time.
Can we go back to you saying if you were Conan, because you wouldn't be going gadoosh, you'd be going,
No, I mean, there are times when I punch a spider and I go, ah! So it's more like that. Like a guttural, ah, ah!
Yeah. For sure.
But
Definitely.
Eventually, I'd be Indiana Jones saying, instead of, snakes, I'd say, flying spider bees. It's always got to be flying spider bees.
Yeah.
But then I guess a magical friend to help me, zap them out of the sky as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a lady with big tits.
Oh, so not me.
Oh, no, you're there too. And you're cool with her, but she kind of doms you a little.
Yeah.
You're like, she's getting a Father's Day card.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you want to know what you're doing there? You're in a bubble. Like Bubble Boy, because you're like, these things aren't getting anywhere near me.
No.
You're in a hamster ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. You need it solid. But the hamster ball does need little holes in it so you can breathe. Sometimes they're humping their little stinger into those holes.
Ew.
And dripping out venom,
But then it gets stuck and then I just roll them over.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Or you have, what do you call these? Pliers or something? You ply her onto
Pruning
their stinger.
shears?
You ply her onto it, you vice grip onto it,
okay.
then rip the stinger off, and then they're
okay.
dead, just rolling on the ground, having a brain hemorrhage.
Yeah. Yeah.
If anything, we're good at callbacks, okay, listeners? We're pretty good at knowing
It's the
things we
Senioritis
said.
episode.
Uh-huh.
Get over it.
Break that down. Senioritis.
Oh my God.
Senioritis? Itis. The notion of graduating because college, high school, best years of my life. Do you ever wish you went to a 4-year college like how your sister did?
No, I fucking hate school.
All right. You didn't want to go in a sorority houses saying, sup, bitch.
I wanted to live in that house with in them.
Okay.
But that was the point in time where they no longer liked me.
Oh, boo.
So it was awkward in retrospect.
Isn't it crazy that I always like you?
Yeah.
And Sean always like you? Jose always like you.
Yeah. I shouldn't say they. I should just say because that's who it was. Because I still hung out and she was chill.
Chill as a pill made to chill.
Like me being like, I want to move in here with you guys one day. And Rachel just being like,
you cramp our style, you fucking nerd.
Exactly.
I bet you still play Harvest Moon.
I'd rather live with this other person who we eventually caught doing cocaine in our house.
Wait, you would rather live with that person?
No, they did.
Okay. Give me cocaine. Yummy, yummy.
Allegedly.
I found out cocaine's making a big resurgence, which is good in Muskegon. It was heroin, and I think cocaine kills less people. And technically, they're always diluting the cocaine. That's good because hey guys, if you are in like a smaller town, this is a telltale sign people are doing cocaine out in the open. Mm-hmm. If it is someone you know who you don't know to have allergies, but they're taking out like a nondescript saline like sinus spray thing and just spraying up every hour or so, that's because they have taken a saline solution, put a teaspoon of cocaine into it, let it dissolve, and they're just doing cocaine all day.
Allegedly.
Yes, allegedly. A friend that I hung out with back home, a friend from back home. It's crazy how that friend has visited me more times than my sister. And by just visiting one time. But he was saying a lot of people are doing that. And he was like, yeah, like we have a party coming up. You like, that's going to be party favors. I was like, you're doing it too? And he was like, yeah, man, I'm not doing it all the time. But if it's a party, yeah. I'll do some cocaine. I'm like, that's wild. And then I was like, that's crazy how it's having this big resurgence. And he's like, yeah, that's because the dumbasses who were like, we need to build the wall. They had to build infrastructure to the wall to build it. And now that's just an easy way for the like drug dealers to like bring in drugs.
Yeah.
Idiots. I loved in this episode, back to the episode, we usually see the little grunt birds jump up from being submerged into these leaves, but they reversed that jump to make us see them like go into the ground, and it was fantastic.
Yeah. Love seeing creative editing.
Uh-huh. Wish there was a little more editing in these episodes, though. Trim that fat. Do a silence delete on these. Oh, the grandpa when he got shot, or like when he was in the ambulance or whatever, he does an MLM pod noise that we put at the end, the ha ha ha. But he was like, ha ha ha. I should just cut that for this episode and drop that in.
Could.
That's what I'm doing.
That is a thing you can do with your free will.
And this is at the time during like this just long fight scene. I'm like, this is the penultimate episode. They should have put the last episode as that. The deathmatch episode, the tournament, should have been the second to last episode, not this.
Yeah.
And then in the end, Spider-Man is much like a mean boyfriend or girlfriend who's like, yeah, you got to burn your stuff that you got from your ex-spouse who died. Because he's like, yeah, you should burn the last of the blueprints. So like, they have the two, but if they never get the third, they'll never be able to do it. But like, that just sucks to see someone's life's work just be incinerated in fire.
Yeah, but you know what sucks more?
Yeah, like them
seeing it used for evil.
Seeing the Iron Cross army incinerate people's whole lives with fire. Yeah, all right. But lost media, Nicole.
Oh, lost media.
Because like the Triforce, you need all three of these blueprints.
I love lost media when it's found.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. You're acting like this is a mean thing to say, but,
Yeah, I'm making fun of you, bro.
You're not, though. That is me. I do enjoy
goof.
When lost media is found. Now it's found media.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff I'd love to see re-emerged. I'd love to see the build that they had of like Sam and Max Freelance Police for the first version of that. That'd be gnarly. What lost media would you guys love to see found? Huh? Like I said, guys, my brain's not all there.
Hey.
And again, brain's not all there. I forgot the specific word you said when you said you weren't all up to snuff.
Hemorrhage.
Okay, that's not what we said in that instance. But I think I am having hemorrhage right now. Because I'm just spraying blood everywhere.
Yeah.
It would be funny. Like, actually, I was going to say, like, it would be funny if, you know, like, it's fake that we're doing this, but that episode of The Carbonaro Effect where there's a bit where he's just spraying blood everywhere.
Yeah.
And that's the episode where we like learned that Melzer worked on that.
Yeah.
And I messaged him. I was like, yeah, we're watching this episode, this and that. And he was like, hey, that's the first episode I worked on. And we were like, yeah, okay, that does track with your sensibility. If you were to be like, yeah, let's just have him shoot blood everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, I put on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia to fall asleep to.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it's like cozy chaos. But the episode I randomly chose was when Frank is a limo driver and Charlie just eats blood capsules and just violently throws up blood everywhere.
Oh, so you can fall asleep to scary stuff, but if I posit a podcast idea where I'm trying to fight Freddy Krueger,
that wasn't what I was looking for.
Well, still.
A movie that's about giving you nightmares.
Yes.
Of course not.
Yeah, and I need to find a food that gives me nightmares. Like, you know, people say, oh, don't eat cabbage before bed, it gives you nightmares. I need to find something that gives me nightmares. So then when I'm also, guys, listen to Death to Squids. It's a podcast idea that when I've told other people, they're like, that's fucking amazing. I think Mohawk's down to do it.
Okay.
But Mohawk has said like he's down to do anything that I posit to him. So maybe that's not the best.
Yeah. You mean like that's not the best indicator?
Yes, yeah. But other people have said that sounds very fun and I would totally listen to that. But what you should be listening to is in a few weeks, Magical Meatball Girls, wherever podcasts are found. I'm already working on getting everything set up. So first episode, it will be everywhere. We will be posting one of the pilots. I'm guessing probably the Cardcaptor Sakura episode. Because one, people know that more than Slayers or that Butt Slayer or whatever bullshit it was.
Yeah, I hated it.
And I think that's the funnier episode out of the three.
Okay.
Yeah, so be on the lookout for that. Make sure you're subscribed. Nicole, do you have anything to plug?
You can go to my website, darlinghomebody.com, and look at all the cool stuff that I've made. And you can also join my sticker club where you get a monthly sticker. I think the next one is a frog eating a strawberry.
Oh, yeah. And be on the lookout for this new series of Dino Cat stuff. It fucking rips, guys.
What are you talking about?
Those are Dino Cats eating and all the fruits and whatnot.
Oh, those drawings.
Yeah.
I mean,
whatever that turns into, I'm going to be pumped for it because the designs rip.
I mean, it's complicated. Because, like, yeah, they're done, but I don't have money to actually buy products to sell products.
Well, guys, how about you head over to patreon.com/MLMpod, where for $5 a month, you get exclusive content every single Friday. And, yeah, guys, doing that benefits Nicole because she gets some of that money as well. I do need to pay you for last month still. But we've dropped down to like 120 a month. We were at 150 finally. Every time we would creep up close to 150, it's out of there. But for real, guys, we've been doing it for 4 years now. That's once a week, every single week for 4 years. There's so much stuff to consume, to enjoy, and have fun with. All of talking about Beyblade, Death from Above, a Sam and Max podcast. Those are done, complete, out of here. Now, currently, the Citizens of Townsville Z just had Presley from the returning Height of Horror on. That was a fantastic episode. So go check out patreon.com/MLMpod, where for $5 a month, you get exclusive content every single Friday. This Friday, I think's Engage with Nicolas Cage, or This Existed, which is returning. It's just very hard to schedule Corey still, so be on the lookout for that. And if I have to watch Snow Globe a fourth time, little Corey, I'm gonna be real pissed. Oh man, that's the movie we're discussing. But I won't actually be really pissed. I'll just be like, I've seen this too many times within 1 year. And $10 patrons get all of that, plus monthly bonus exclusive content in the form of straight to Patreon. This month should be PJ coming over. No one tell PJ because we haven't recorded it yet. No, this will be out after we record Cheetah Girls. That'll be out at the end of the month, guys, because, it was released to TV, so it counts as straight to Patreon. And you get names shouted out on every single free feed podcast as a $10 patron. So let's begin with those, starting with Steve F., Alex Z, The Waz, Orion, my Bickle brother in common law, Joshua Jacobs, Steve Barnes, a sweet child of time, and Intro Void, my mother, Lil Core's BFF and now former roommate Shane, from twitch.tv/Core Winning, it's Corwin, from the Rom Complex as well as Formulaic, a podcast and script writing, it's twitch.tv/R2Shelby2, and from Speed Radio, a podcast and all things Sonic the Hedgehog, it's Tay, aka Zinny D, and I've been James.
I'm Nicole.
And we've been Mostly Speaking Sentai. Bye-bye. This has been a Marshland Media production, produced by James McCollum. For more content, please visit mlmpod.com. To support our network and have access to exclusive podcasts, head over to patreon.com/MLMpod and sign up today. You want to do 3, 2, 1?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Got a word?
Sure.
The first one's always the easiest, am I right? Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Spider.
Cabbage. Cabbage and spider.
Ew.
Cabbage and... Oh, it's we. All right. Oh, no, that's... Yeah. All right. I'm ready.
Yeah, I don't know.
3, 2, 1.
Halloween.
Food. Food and Halloween. Spiders you can eat. All right. I got it. I got it, Nicole. Food and Halloween.
Oh, fuck. Yeah.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Candy. Yeah, there we go.